Welcome back, friends. This video is all about helping you figure out which colors suit you best, that flatter your skin tone, your features, and make you feel alive and confident so you can make getting dressed actually a really enjoyable part of your day and your life in general. I do know the color struggle well because I came from a past of only wearing black, sometimes white, sometimes grey. Not because I particularly enjoyed dressing that way, but because I had no idea how to find my own colors. That all changed when I started to look at color in a completely new way. So I'm going to show you how to do the same. By the way, I'm Libby, and if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you've watched my other videos, you've heard me talk about undertones before. Now, undertones sound kind of scary and intimidating, but they're really not. Undertones just help you figure out where to start in the world of color so that you are less overwhelmed. So we're all on the same page. Undertones are the subtle underlying hues in your skin. These don't change, and they are different from your skin tone, and they change how different clothing colors look on you. There are 3 groups of undertones that people will normally talk about: cool, warm, and neutral. Neutral is where someone has a pretty even mix of both warm and cool undertones, and they look good in a range of colors that swing from cool to warm. There are 3 easy undertone tests you can do at home that don't cost anything. I really recommend doing all 3 of them instead of doing just 1 or 2 of them, because sometimes doing just one test might not give you the full picture. All of these tests should be completed in natural light where possible, and you're going to start with the first one, which is the classic vein test. What you're looking for is the vein color that is most dominant throughout your body. Are they blue, purple, green, or olive green? Most people will have a combination of all of these colored veins. In my case, even though I have all colored veins, when I really zoom in, I notice that yes, I do have slightly more green or olive green veins than the purple and the blue. Now, write down cool if you notice that you have a lot of blue-purple veins. Write down warm if you notice you have mostly green veins. If you really cannot tell and it seems like you have a pretty even balance of both, then write down neutral. We'll come back to these in a moment. Let's go into the jewelry test. Hold silver and gold jewelry next to your face. When you are holding up the gold jewelry, if you notice that it makes your complexion look more warm, brighter, it feels kind of like a yes in your body, write down warm. On the other hand, if you're holding up silver jewelry and it makes your complexion look brighter, clearer, kind of clean and crisp, and again, you notice you get a yes in your body and it feels like it blends well or it has a nice contrast, write down cool. Again, if you notice you really cannot tell the difference, write down neutral. Lastly, the white paper test. Take a brand new piece of white paper and hold it up to your skin. You're trying to notice something similar to the jewelry test. Does your skin look fresh, bright, crisp, and kind of vibrant? Write down cool if it does. But if you notice that your skin looks a little harsh, it's a little muddy, and you don't like the contrast against your skin with the white, it doesn't blend well, then write down warm. Again, if you don't notice a big difference here, write down neutral. Now you've got 3 test results to refer back to. Whatever your result is, that's where you're going to start when you are experimenting with colors. The caveat is you're going to stay within your undertone family. The difference with neutrals is that you can play with saturation and vibrance. Saturation being how rich and strong the color is, where vibrance is how bright or muted the color is. The next steps will help you figure out which direction to take, whether you're warm, cool, or neutral. Here's the truth about color. Color is an emotional experience. You can hold up fabric to your face all day long or stare at your veins, but until you actually wear a color, you won't know if it really flatters you or not. That's why this next step is all about trying colors on in a simple and intentional way. And there are 2 ways to do it depending on your lifestyle. You could go into store or you can order online. Either approach is fine, they both follow the same guidelines. If you're doing this in store, try to find a large retailer like Zara, H&M, Uniqlo, or whatever major retailers are in your country. If you're doing this online, also try to find a large retailer that offers free shipping and free returns, because this is an experiment. You're not actually going to be keeping all of these clothes, unless of course you want to. Next, find one style of top. You're going to find as many colors in that style of shirt as possible. However, they should be within your undertone. Or if you're neutral, you can do a mix of both. You want to choose a style of top that is as consistent as possible across the range of colors because you're focusing on color, so you want to remove as many other variables as possible. Of course, that makes it slightly more challenging, so work with what you've got, and if you need to, you can slightly change the neckline or go between styles, but again, just something to be aware of. It needs to be a top. We want the color to be closest to your face because colors reflect their hues back up onto your skin, and the whole goal of finding something that flatters you is to see what really makes your own features pop. You're simply going to try on these tops and make a note of how you feel in them and what the color does to your skin. Does your skin look vibrant, warmer, brighter, cleaner, more crisp? Does it feel like it blends with you, or it has kind of a harsh contrast? It can just be one word answers. It doesn't have to be long and detailed. Secondly, notice what it does to your mood. Does it make you feel a little bit happier, like you want to smile more? Do you want to run out of the store or out of your home and wear this top around? Or do you really want to take it off and put on something else? These are all subtle cues and things that you want to pay attention to. The important thing here is to trust your gut and your own experiences and reflections. You can also take a photo in each of these items. Sometimes it's easier to come back the next day or even 2 days later to reflect on what you see, because sometimes we get a little bit too critical and judgmental of ourselves. And I really want to try and encourage you to not do that, to just learn about yourself and the natural way your skin changes as you wear different colors. When you are picking out your colors, use your undertones as a guide. Based on the experiments, if you figured out that you're probably warm, then choose colors that look warmer. The same applies if you think that you're cool undertoned. Choose the colors of the top that lean cool. For my neutral friends, take an even mix of both cool and warm colors. And this will give you a good way to figure out where on the warm to cool spectrum you lean a little bit more. Trying anywhere from 4 to 8 different colors will give you a really good indication of the colors that are starting to flatter you. Once you've completed the first round of this experiment, go back and look at your notes. Did you find that the green and the red really worked on your skin? Or maybe you loved the way blues and yellows looked. Now rank the top 2 or 3 colors that you loved the most. You can stop there and use those as your 3 colors that you're going to start to experiment with, or you can repeat the experiment and pick only those 2 or 3 colors, but explore the different saturations and versions that those colors come in. So you can look at all different shades of greens, all different shades of blues, and so on. This will be where it's really helpful for people with neutral undertones. This whole experiment is not to trap you into wearing one type of color, just to make things a little bit easier and less overwhelming. The next tool you can use is so easy, you can do it right after you watch this video. Look to your natural features. They have a lot of information hidden within them. Find a mirror, look at your eyebrows, your eye color, your cheekbones, your cheeks, the ring around your lips, the colors within your lips, the colors around your jaw, and the different shades or colors that are blending in your skin tone. Make a note of what you see and then go back and find the patterns and put the puzzle pieces of your own complexion together. This will give you a foundation of colors to work with. The thing is, these colors will either be warm or cool, and they should reflect the undertones that you found in your skin. This can be a great way to inform undertones that you see or the colors that you might go and try on in store or from online. And there will also be other colors that flatter you that are not present in your skin. This is not about looking at your face with a critical or judgmental eye. This is about being curious. If you do this little face experiment, comment below what colors you notice in your skin. Alright, there's 2 final pieces here. I really love the color pink, but certain shades of pink don't look that good on me when I wear them on the top half of my body. But it doesn't mean that I don't ever wear pink. It means that I wear pink on the lower half of my body, and I can choose a slightly more flattering color for the top half of my body. That is just one easy little workaround where you can still wear your favorite colors, even if they might not be as flattering as you'd like them to be. The last but really important thing to remember, I wish someone told me this early in my color journey, because I probably would have worn color a lot sooner than I did. There is a difference between being uncomfortable and unfamiliar when you are wearing and experimenting with new colors. Every time I would try to wear a color like olive green, a deep red, brown even, I would feel that it was probably my color. Then I would suddenly feel a bit of fear around wearing that. And it wasn't because that color wasn't right for me. It was because I was unfamiliar with the experience of wearing color color of being seen in this way. I took that as a sign to not wear colors, whereas instead I just needed to acknowledge that this was an unfamiliar experience and it just required a bit of a perspective change and a new way of seeing myself, which is not a bad thing. So I want you to remember this as well, and that will start to help you embrace the change a little bit more. Putting this all together is simply just a practice of you going back through these tests, looking at your notes, being a bit of a detective, seeing what themes continue to come up, and then using those as your starting point when you're looking for colors to try and colors to wear. If you've landed on a color palette based on what you see in your face from the try-on experiment and you've tied that into the undertones that you have, and you want some help actually putting these colors into outfits, then check out the video that's all about how to actually combine colors together. This will help really bridge the gap so that you are not only wearing colors that flatter you, but also make your outfits look really good. I'll have that in the description for you. The cool thing about discovering colors is it can extend beyond just your wardrobe. It can go into deciding what hair color you want, what makeup to wear, even how to design your home or your living environments. Now you'll be familiar with the fact that colors impact you. They change how you feel about yourself. So whatever colors make you feel alive, try placing those colors around your environment and see what they do to you. I think it's my favorite lifestyle hack to be surrounded by the colors that make me feel more alive and vibrant. And suddenly you start to feel more alive and vibrant. Let me know in the comments what colors you love to surround yourself with. As I said before, one of my favorite colors is pink. I used to wear it so much as a little kid. I don't wear it as much these days, but when I do, or when I surround myself with pink, it makes me feel happy and playful and connected back to little Libby. And I love that feeling. So tell me what your color story is in the comments below. All right, friends, if you like this video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, drop all your thoughts, comments, and ideas below. I love hearing from you. And if you want some more references, information on how to dress, particularly for your body shape, after you've put all the color pieces together, I'll have those video links in the description for you. Thank you for watching and for being here with me. As always, I appreciate you. Be kind to yourself, take care of yourself, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.